Welcome to our online broadcast here from the London Mindfulness Meditation Center. Thank you for joining with us this evening as well. As you know, we go live every day in the evening hours around this time, sharing with you our worship, chanting, meditation, and reflection. During the rains retreat, it has been customary in most Buddhist traditions that they engage in religious observances to commit themselves, and there are many ways people commit. So we have been able to go live sharing with you our worship so that you can either participate at the vihara or commit yourself from wherever you are. Engage in religious worship, accumulate merit, dedicate to your loved ones, as well as bless your loved ones. And you can also engage in worship throughout wherever you are, close by in viharas and so on. So the London Mindfulness Meditation Center has decided to go live with their regular online programs, enabling devotees to participate from wherever they are until the rains retreat is over with our Katina robe offering ceremony, which is scheduled for the 29th of October. So today the puja is sponsored by Mr. Susanta and Mrs. Indira Vijay Singh, and the intention is to bless the whole family with good health and happiness. May all family members be blessed with happiness, be blessed with good health. And secondly, the intention is to share merit with departed parents. So the beloved parents of Indira, Mr. and Mrs. W.A. Jinadasa, as well as beloved parents of Mr. Susanta Vijay Singh, Mr. and Mrs. D.A.G. Vijay Singh. May both parents, both parties' parents be blessed by the Punya Karma. May the merit be upon them for their well-being, happiness, and success wherever they are. May they make their sansaric life happy and peaceful, and eventually may they attain the blissful state of Nibbana through their righteous aspirated path. So with such intention, we also dedicate the worship, chanting, meditation, reflection for them. So, bearing that in our minds, let us begin our worship by observing precepts. Please say Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa 3 times. Buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Saṅghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Dutiyampi buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Dutiyampi dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Dutiyampi saṅghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Tatiyampi buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Tatiyampi dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Tatiyampi saṅghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Pānātipātā vīramani sikkhapada samādhiyāmi. අදින්නාදානා වේරමණී සික්ඛාපදං සමාදියාමි. කාමේසු මිච්ඡාචාරා වේරමණී සික්ඛාපදං සමාදියාමි. මුසාවාදා වේරමණී සික්ඛාපදං සමාදියාමි. සුරාමේරය මජ්ජපමා දට්ඨානා වේරමණී සික්ඛාපදං සමාදියාමි. තිසරණේන සද්ධින් පංචශීලං ධම්මං සාදුකං සුරක්ඛිතං කତ୍වා අප්පමාදේන සම්පාදේ තබ්බං. Let us worship the Buddha together now. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Iti piso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho vijjācarana sampanno sugato lokavidu anuttaro purisa dhammasarathi sattha deva manassanang buddho bhagavate. Buddhaṃ jīvita pariyantaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Swakkhāta bhagavata dhammo sanditthiko akāliko ehi passiko opanayiko Paccattaṃ veditabbo viññuhīti. Dhammaṃ jīvita pariyantaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Supatipanno bhagavato sāvaka saṅgho Ujjapatipanno bhagavato sāvaka saṅgho Ñāyapatipanno bhagavato sāvaka saṅgho Sāmīcipatipanno bhagavato sāvaka saṅgho Yadidaṃ cattari purisa yugāni Atta purisa puggala esa bhagavato sāvaka saṅgho āhuneyo pāhuneyo dakhineyo anjali karaniyo anuttaraṃ puññakkhetaṃ lokassāti. Saṅghaṃ jīvita pariyantaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Kanasārappadittena dīpena tamadhaṃ tilokadīpaṃ sambuddhaṃ pujayāmi tamonudaṃ. Vannagandha gunopetaṃ etaṃ kusuma santatiṃ pujayāmi munindassa siripada saroruhe. Pujemi buddhaṃ kusumena nena puññena mete tethai dhamme kayo tathayati vinasa bhavam adhivasetu no bhante paniyang parikapitang anukampang upadaye patiganhat uttame adhivasetu no bhante gilane paccayang imang anukampang upadaye patiganhat uttame adhivasetu no bhante sabbang saddhaye pujitang anukampang upadaye patiganhat uttame vandami cetiyang sabbang sabbthane supatititang saririka dhatu mahabodhing buddha rupang sakalang sada yassa mule nisinnova sabbari vijayang aka pato sabbanyutang satta vande tang bodhipadapang ime ete mahabodhi lokanathena pujita aham pite namassami bodhi raja namattute kayena vaca cittena pamadena maya katang acchayang kamame bhante puripanya tathagata kayena vaca cittena pamadena maya katang acchayang kamame dhamma sandittika akalika kayena vaca cittena pamadena maya katang acchayang kamame sangha supatipanna anuttara etavata ca amhehi sambhatang punya sampadang sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya etavata ca amhehi sambhatang punya sampadang sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya etavata ca amhehi sambhatang punya sampadang sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya idamme ñātīnaṁ hotu sukhitā hontu ñātayo idamme ñātīnaṁ hotu sukhitā hontu ñātayo idamme ñātīnaṁ hotu sukhitā hontu ñātayo imina punya kammine mami bala samagamo satang samagamo hotu yava nibbana pattiya idamme punyang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. So now we are going to chant the Ratana Sutta and Jai Paritta, wishing you and your loved ones with good health and happiness. May you be blessed with good health. May all your righteous aspirations be fulfilled. May happiness be filled in your lives. And also we bless our sponsors, Mrs. Indira and Mr. Susant Vijay Sangha and family, children. May whole family also be blessed with good health and happiness. May their righteous aspirations also be fulfilled. May there be happiness throughout and have very successful future. And if you are dedicating the chanting to your loved ones, whoever may be ill, we wish them speedy recovery. May all the treatment they are being given or taking be successful for their speedy and complete recovery. May they soon be able to enjoy good health and happiness. So if you are familiar with the chanting, do chant with us. If not, listen to the chanting with great attention and respect. Samanta Chakravalesu Atra Gachantu Devata Saddhammang Munirajassa Sunantu Saggamokkadang Paritta Kalu Vayang Badanta Paritta Kalu Vayang Badanta Paritta Dhamma Savana Kalu Ayang Bhadanta Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Yani Bhutani Samagatani Bhummani Vayani Vayantalikhe Sabbeva Bhuta Sumana Bhavantu Atopi Sakkacca Sunantu Bhasitam Tasmahi Bhuta Nisamita Sabbe Mettam Karotha Manusiya Pajaye Divacharatto Chaharanti Baling Tasmahini Rakkata Appamatta Yang kinci vittang idhva hurang va sagge suvayang ratanang panitang nano samang atti tathagatena idampi buddhe ratanang panitang etena saccena suvatti hotu Khayang viragang ametang panitang yadajjaga sakya muni samahito natena dhammena samatti kinci idampi dhamme ratanang panitang etena saccena suvatti hotu Yang buddha setto parivannai sucing samadhimanantari kanyamahu samadhina tena samona vijjati idampi dhamme ratanang panitang etena saccena suvatti hotu Ye puggala atta satang pasattha cattari etani yugani honte te dakkineya sugatassa savaka ete sudinani mahappalani idampi sanghe ratanang panitang etena saccena suvatti hotu Ye suppayutta manasa dalhena nikamino gotama sasanam hi Te patti patta amatang vigaiha laddha mudha nibbuting bhunjamana Idampi sanghe ratanang panitang etena saccena suvatti hotu Yatinda kilo pataving sito siya chatubhi vate bhiya sampakampiyo තතුපමං සප්පුරිසං වදාමි යෝ අරිය සච්චානි අවෙච්ච පස්සති ඉදම්පි සංඝේ රතනං පනීතං ඒතේන සච්චේන සුවත්ති හෝතු යේ අරිය සච්චානි විභාවයන්ති ගම්භීර පඤ්ඤේන සුදේසිතානි කිංචාපිතේ හොන්ති බුසප්පමත්තා නතේ භවං අට්ඨමං ආදියන්ති ඉදම්පි සංඝේ රතනං පනීතං ඒතේන සච්චේන සුවත්ති හෝතු සහවස්ස දස්සන සම්පදාය තයස්ස ධම්මා ජහිතා භවන්තේ සක්කාය දිට්ඨි විචිකිච්ඡිතං ච සීලබ්බතං වාපිය දත්ති කිංචේ චතුහ පායේහි ච විප්පමුත්තෝ චචාබිඨානානි අබබ්බෝ කාතුං ඉදම්පි සංඝේ රතනං පනීතං ඒතේන සච්චේන සුවත්ති හෝතු කිංචාපිසෝ කම්මං කරෝති පාපකං කායේන වාචා උදචේතසාවා අභබ්බසෝ තස්ස පටිච්චහාදාය අභබ්බතා දිට්ඨ පදස්ස වුත්තා ඉදම්පි සංඝේ රතනං පනීතං ඒතේන සච්චේන සුවත්ති හෝතු වනප්පගුම්බේ යතහා පුස්සිතග්ගේ ගිම්හාන මාසේ පඨමස්මින් ගිම්හේ තතපමං ධම්මවරං අදේසයි නිබ්බානගාමින් පරමං හිතාය ඉදම්පි බුද්ධේ රතනං පනීතං ඒතේන සච්චේන සුවත්ති හෝතු වරෝ වරඤ්ඤෝ වරදෝ වරාහරෝ අනුත්තරෝ ධම්මවරං අදේසයි ඉදම්පි බුද්ධේ රතනං පනීතං ඒතේන සච්චේන සුවත්ති හෝතු කේනං පුරාණං නවං නත්ති සම්භවං විරත්ත චිත්තා ආයතිකේ භවස්මින් තේ කීන බීජා අවිරුල්හිච්ඡන්ද නිබ්බන්ති දීරා යතයන් පදීපෝ ඉදම්පි සංඝේ රතනං පනීතං ඒතේන සච්චේන සුවත්ති හෝතු යානීද භූතානි සමාගතානි බුම්මානි වායානි වයන්තලික්ඛේ තථාගතං දේව මනුස්ස පූජිතං බුද්ධං නමස්සාම සුවත්ති හෝතු යානීද භූතානි සමාගතානි බුම්මානි වායානි වයන්තලික්ඛේ තථාගතං දේව මනුස්ස පූජිතං සංඝං නමස්සාම සුවත්ති හෝතු ඒතේන සච්ච වජ්ජේන දුක්ඛාවෝපසමෙන්තු තේ ඒතේන සච්ච වජ්ජේන භයාවෝපසමෙන්තු තේ ඒතේන සච්ච වජ්ජේන රෝගාවෝපසමෙන්තු තේ සිරිධිති මති තේජෝ ජය සිද්ධි මහිද්ධි මහා ගුණං අපරිමිත පුඤ්ඤාධිකාරස්ස සබ්බන්තරාය නිවාරණ සමත්තස්ස භගවතු අරහතු සම්මා සම්බුද්දස්ස ද්වත්තෙන් සමහා පුරිස ලක්ඛනානුභාවේන අසිත්‍යනුව්‍යංජන ලක්ඛනානුභාවේන අට්ඨුත්තර සත මංගල ලක්ඛනානුභාවේන චබ්බන්නරංස්යානුභාවේන කේතුමාලානුභාවේන දස පාරමිතානුභාවේන දස උපපාරමිතානුභාවේන දස පරමත්ත පාරමිතානුභාවේන සීල සමාධි පඤ්ඤානුභාවේන බුද්ධානුභාවේන ධම්මානුභාවේන සංඝානුභාවේන තේජානුභාවේන ඉද්ධානුභාවේන බලානුභාවේන ඤෙය්‍ය ධම්මානුභාවේන චතුරාසීති සහස්ස ධම්මක්ඛන්ධානුභාවේන නවලෝකුත්තර ධම්මානුභාවේන අට්ඨංගික මග්ගානුභාවේන අට්ඨ සමාපත්ත්‍යානුභාවේන චලවිඤ්ඤානුභාවේන මෙත්තා කරුණා මුදිතා උපේක්ඛානුභාවේන සම්බපාරමිතානුභාවේන රතනත්තේ සරණානුභාවේන තුයිහං සබ්බ රෝග සෝක උපද්දව දුක්ඛ දෝමනස්ස පායාසා විනස්සන්තු සබ්බ සංකප්පා තුයිහං සමිජ්ජන්තු දීඝායුකෝ හෝතු සතවස්ස ජීවේන සමංගිකෝ හෝතු සම්බදා ආකාස පම්බත වන භූමි තටාක ගංගා මහා සමුද්ද ආරක්කක දේවතා සදා තුම්හේ අනුරක්ඛන්තු සම්බ බුද්ධානුභාවේන සබ්බ ධම්මානුභාවේන සබ්බ සංඝානුභාවේන බුද්ධ රතනං ධම්ම රතනං සංඝ රතනං තින්නං රතනානං ආනුභාවේන චතුරාසීති සහස්ස ධම්මක්ඛන්ධානුභාවේන පිටකත්තයානුභාවේන ජින ශාවකානුභාවේන සබ්බේතේ රෝගා සබ්බේතේ භයා සම්බේතේ අන්තරායා සබ්බේතේ උපන්දවා සබ්බේතේ දුන්නිමිත්තා සබ්බේතේ අවමංගලා විනස්සන්තු ආයු වඩ්ඩකෝ ධන වඩ්ඩකෝ සිරි වඩ්ඩකෝ යස වඩ්ඩකෝ බල වඩ්ඩකෝ වන්න වඩ්ඩකෝ සුඛ වඩ්ඩකෝ හෝතු සම්බදා දුක්ඛ රෝග භය වේරා සෝකා සබ්බේ පද්දවා අනේකා අන්තරායාපි විනස්සන්තු ච තේජසා ජය සිද්ධි ධනං ලාභං සොත්ති භාග්‍යං සුඛං බලං සිරියායුච වන්නෝ ච භෝගං බුද්ධි ච යසවා සතවස්සා ච ආයු ච ජීව සිද්ධි භවන්තු තේ. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. May you and your loved ones be blessed with good health and happiness. May all your righteous aspirations be fulfilled. Now let us do a few minutes of meditation. So please sit straight. If you need adjusting, please do so. If not, straight back and eyes gently closed. Be mindful of your posture be mindful of the way your body is at this very present moment. In my case, upright body, balanced body. Even my head is balanced. Arms hanging, my right hand on my left palm and gently placed in my lap. And I'm sitting on the chair, so my body is bent at the hips and knees, and feet firm on the floor. Now be mindful of your surrounding, noting anyone participating with you. Take a note of your surrounding, simply being aware where you are as a location. Now coming to yourself again, this time note the stillness in your body as a whole. No movement, there is no fidgety business, very peaceful, very calm, an absence of movement. Your mind is also quite still, not thinking about what you need to do, not thinking about the past, but simply being in the present moment, calm and peaceful. With that peace in mind, bring your attention to your breath, making it an object, and simply engage in mindful breathing for a few moments. Breathing in, breathing out. Just take a note of what is happening as you breathe in, as you breathe out. Be with the breath. think of metta, think of loving kindness, and try to realize how powerful that experience will be and how powerful that source can be to develop, to experience happiness and remove suffering. Loving kindness involves patience, acknowledging that things can affect you and be mindful so that they can't affect you or will not affect you. When you are caring for yourself, you will not allow things to affect you. So the strategies would be about being non-judgmental. So where there is loving kindness, there is no judgment and discrimination. There is patience rather than impatience. There is joy rather than jealousy. There is happiness rather than sadness or distress. Because we learn to accept the truth, the reality as it is. We're not imposing expectations or conditions in between you and the recipient of your kindness. Even your thoughts is good enough to develop within you so that nothing negative arises within you out of kindness. So it transcends every barriers such as identities, even your memories, experiences, the person's personality or character, but instead through loving kindness we transform ourselves. We change the way we interact, think and speak. And sometimes even the other way around, we learn how to mindfully listen out of kindness and also see with kindness. It becomes a powerful source of happiness. With that in mind, take the next few lines simply to develop and understand how deep we can go in our aspirations for well-being, not just for yourself but also for your loved ones. May I be well, happy and peaceful. May I be blessed with good health. May no harm come to me. May no problems come to me. May no difficulties come to me. May I always meet with success. May I also have the patience, courage and understanding to meet and overcome difficulties in life. May I be free from pain and suffering. Likewise, my parents, grandparents, teachers, uncles and aunts and in-laws, husband, wife or partner, children, grandchildren, sons-in-law, daughters-in-law, brothers, sisters, brothers-in-law and sisters-in-law, cousins, nephews and nieces, friends and colleagues at work, neighbors. May they all be well, happy and peaceful. May they all be blessed with good health. May no harm come to them. May no problems come to them. May no difficulties come to them. May they always meet with success. May they also have the patience, courage, and determination to meet and overcome difficulties in life. May they be free from pain and suffering. May all living beings be well, happy, and peaceful. May all living beings be free from pain and suffering. May I be well, happy, and peaceful. May I be free from pain and suffering. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So that was meditation for a brief time. Please do note that every Thursday we hold our sitting sessions in person at the center, London Mindfulness Meditation Center, and if you're interested you can join us. And we are in due future about to start our beginner's course for meditation as well. You can come and participate with us at the center. So now this is the time for our short reflection. So for those who are just joining us, we have been reflecting on the contents of the first sermon of the Buddha, and coming down the line we have been explaining the Eightfold Path as part of the Four Noble Truths, and we have been touching upon right mindfulness, and whilst explaining that we have been referring that to the Satipatthana Sutta and trying to understand what mindfulness is and what clear comprehension or Sati Sampajanya is and what makes right mindfulness. And yesterday we finished contemplating on the body or taking the body as a focus of meditation. So there are many types, and we just observe. We just referred to two to three ways of meditating on the focus or establishing mindfulness in the body. So today I would like to contemplate on the feelings. So explain few ways of how to do Vedana Anupassana, establishing mindfulness in the feelings. So here feelings is, as the word itself says, Vedana. So it is used in terms of perhaps the response that we have by encountering the objects. So sometimes linking it to the physical body, it's quite easy to understand, because feeling arises through the contact that we generate. So eye gets in contact with the object, or which is the tangible object. Ear gets in contact with the sound. So the body is contact with touches, with objects as well. So the nose with the sense of smell. So the eye contact, ear contact, and so forth. And then the mind perhaps with the mental thoughts or even memories. So as much as smell is to the nose, thoughts will be, or memories or our perceptions will be with the mind. And this generates a sense of existing experience, a feeling, a type of feeling which can be categorized as pleasant, sometimes painful or dislikes, and also neutral. So sukha, dukkha, addukkha, sukha. So pleasant feeling. So when you see nice things, you feel pleasant. You will start developing like. You'll start developing many forms of likes. When you see something you don't like, you'll develop some disagreements, painful, or even sometimes when it comes into the physical body more or less, it can be very painful. So when you hit your leg, or when you have a small cut, or when you have a small physical contact with the object unnecessarily, we have some physical pain. So we also talk of mental pain. Okay, so as I said, when you start seeing something that you like, or when you start feeling something that you like, we generate greed through the pleasant feeling. We generate desire, sometimes passion, sometimes lust through the pleasant feeling, and most importantly, the craving. Sometimes unconsciously we prefer for the existence or the continuity of that sense feeling, and that pleasant feeling we would like to last forever. So sometimes when there was extreme heat in the past, we must have craved for a cool breeze or even cool water or drink. And when we experience that through either the touch of the water in the tongue, with your tongue, or even the coolness with the body, we might have developed some form of desire that we like it, and we want it more, and we wish it continued to be there. So that is how through feeling we establish mindfulness in that particular moment, to be aware, so that we don't, as mentioned in the past, most particularly yesterday, that we don't proliferate it into some unnecessary negative bag of emotions and bag of thoughts. So we have to be mindful. And through painful experiences, sometimes when we encounter something that is not agreeing with our senses, we could, now perhaps this sound is very pleasant, the meditation gong, but sometimes even that sound, when it is actually in a non-preferred format, you feel pain in your ears, or you feel pain in that sensation. When you scratch something like on a board, you feel a different feeling. It is that sensory disagreement contact. So the contact is in disagreement. You don't prefer that. And then we develop aversion or dislike or hate, or even sometimes, if it is too much physical, we might also develop fear. So there are lots of negative emotions that will generate through the feeling that is painful, and this is some. Then when this actually becomes continuously existing in us, then lots of the time we develop some habitual patterns. Some other types of defilements always come up. So for example, a fear of something, sometimes it is good for our own well-being. The fear of using equipment and stuff can be a mindful moment, so you start using it correctly. But if you let your memories, if you let your the sensation that is in your experience as a memory come into contact as a thought, if we develop a continuous form of a moment of dislike, we then start developing perhaps anxiety or fear unnecessarily, and as well as worry. So something that is not in existence is actually haunting you, is actually torturing you, or even making difficult moments within yourself. So there are ways of trying to develop some form of mindfulness technique, so that it does not actually help it affect you. So obviously we are talking about letting go strategies. We are talking about that your present moment is something that you created from out of a memory, and therefore we need to actually be mindful that such thing does not happen, so that we are quite peaceful, quite happy all the time. So letting go is the practice. When there is worry, when there is fear, when there is dislike, when there is aversion, when there is even greed, passion, craving, we learn how to let go, because if you are mindful at that very given moment that it arises, we even stop it from proliferating into other mental thoughts and emotions. So contemplating on feeling is a powerful tool, or even the way of establishing mindfulness. So we apply mindfulness in the feeling, so we make it as an object, and we then just learn how to see as it is, rather than in your terms or in your filtering process that we sometimes bring about from perceptions. So we learn how to let it go. We try to detach ourselves from that thought that was existing within us. We try to detach ourselves from the experience. We don't impose our personality or even identities with experiences. So experiences, like the sound is different, the painful sound is different. So it is our response that we are quite mindful of as well. It is our response that we are quite mindful, and it makes a good mindful experience. And when we are sitting, we take these like painful moments, pins and needles, as points of meditation sometimes, and then that is called Vedananupasana. We observe the pain without attaching to it or without personalizing the pain. You see the pain as pain, you see pins and needles as pins and needles, you see the itchiness as itchiness, not my body or my leg is itchy or painful. So we try to depersonalize, we try to just see the sensation as sensation, or the pain as pain, or the pleasant feeling as pleasant feeling, painful feeling as painful feeling, if it is painful in the mind and unpleasant in the mind as well. The neutral feeling is as such that sometimes there are moments of, even if there is a small itchiness, sometimes it doesn't bother you. So even when you perhaps, maybe you are sitting down and you have a bit of a pain in wherever you are, however you are sitting, sometimes if it doesn't bother you, you just have a neutral, it is there, but you don't react as at other times. And that neutral sensation, so sometimes it's not it's not clear, but when we actually think carefully, we can start thinking about the arising of it and ceasing of it, and when it is in practice, because neutral feeling doesn't make us sometimes respond as much as the craving and the aversion or the like and the dislike of the particular feeling. So sometimes in the moment of neutral, we apply the strategies such as arising and ceasing of it, or as soon as you're aware that it is present, as soon as your mind is in the body consciousness style of awareness, and you can just note the rise of it, and when it's absent, so we note the ceasing of it. And that is how we practice contemplation on feelings, and this is Vedananupasana. So with that short reflection on Vedananupasana, we now come to a close of today's online broadcast. Tomorrow we will contemplate on the state of the mind, or Chittanupasana. So as a matter of dedication or Punyanamodana, we'd like to bless our sponsors who generously sponsored the event today, Mrs. Indira Vijayasinghe and Mr. Susanta Vijayasinghe. And the intention was to bless their children and family with good health and happiness, and may they all be blessed with happiness, success and good health. Second intention was to bless the beloved parents on both parties. So beloved parents of Mrs. Indira Vijayasinghe, Mr. and Mrs. W. Jinadasa, and beloved parents of Mr. Susanta Vijayasinghe, Mr. and Mrs. D.A.G. Vijayasinghe. May their parents, the beloved parents, be blessed with happiness wherever they are. May they rejoice in this punya karma. May they be fulfilled. May they bless us, and may they make their sansaric life happy and peaceful, and eventually may they attain the blissful state of Nibbana through their righteous aspirated path. So with such righteous intention, we say sadhu 3 times to do Punyanamodana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So do join us again tomorrow at 6:30. Until then, stay safe, take care, have a very good evening and good night. Terwan Sarnai. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.